Hello and welcome. I hope you enjoy watching my process. Today, I'm decorating a spring fox. This design came about because I wanted to do spring themed cookies, and as I was browsing to see what to make, I came upon this idea of a cute fox. And to start off, I decided not to make any of my background white. Instead, I experimented with this avocado shade. Of course, it was a bit too strong on its own, so I softened the tone with a little bit of golden yellow. It maybe could have been just a shade lighter, but I think it turned out alright. I think this cookie just needs a bit more sparkle, even more than I usually use for any design. That's why I'm going to use so much glitter for this. I don't think you could tell in the video though. What do you think of the silhouette of the fox that I'm decorating? I was debating if I should add the tail into the design, and then wondering when I add it if it would be too much for the design, but then decided to go with just the florals I'll be adding after. I'm also putting a mini orange layer here so there's some height as I flood the icing, so that when I get to the arms, I could right away add them on top of the icing so it could be one smooth flood. Well, that's not gonna work. I forgot that I wanted the ears to be a different color, and while I could let the other ear dry with the new color, I decided instead to just freestyle the shape when I get there. Here I'm starting with the fox's belly first, instead of the face this time. No reason why, I just wanted to start here first. Anyways, I wanted the illusion of the fur on the fox's stomach, so I used my scribe to drag through the icing to show orange fur spilling over into the white. Now I'm going to do the same technique on the other side. See, with this extra height, it's easier for me to separate and flood the arms all at once with the rest of the icing. And just as with the belly's fur, I'm doing the same for the fox's paws. I'm glad that you can see the difference in the layers. I'm so glad that it worked out. I ended up putting this lone leafish here on the fox's head, and I was going to add more of this type of fern, but by the time I got to the flowers, I didn't like how it looked. With the same color as the paws, I'm going to outline the ears. Then I'm going to finish this off with this dirty pink color for the inner ear. But then you can see I course corrected here a bit with the white to make this brown outline even thinner. Yeah, this looks way better with the thin edge. And then just repeat on the other side. I made the ears and the face one flood, which I kind of regret that I did because the color spread. Though it does make me happy that the florals are going to cover up my mistake. Now that I'm done with the orange, I'll flood the other half of the face with white, making sure that the cheeks have fluffy points. I love the facial expression that I gave the fox. It just ties in the look that I was going for. I use a number 13 piping tip that I squeeze a bit where I'm starting, then I swirl to the right in a circle to complete the rows. Then I alternate with my different colors. And with the same piping tip, I'm gonna make these little mini flowers. But here I didn't like how the shape turned out, so I had to do it again. And I kept the mistake to show you, I guess. Alright, let's fill the rest of this crown in. I'm technically using the same technique here as the mini flowers, which is to squeeze to the desired size and then pull in the direction you want the leaf to face. Now for these little fancy leaves, you technically use the same technique, but instead of pulling away, you push in and then out. I don't like how I swirled this flower. I think it was the angle that I was working with, that I didn't squeeze enough at the beginning for the flower base. Yeah, that looks way better. Now just to place some mini flowers along this stem, and I think that completes the look, so I'm done. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.